guys, it's Heather from Strings and Threads. Today we're going to learn how to make the Comfort Block Lapgan. These are perfect for giving to cancer centers or to nursing homes. They can bring a lot of comfort to somebody. They're beautiful and it's an easy stitch to make. So we're going to get started. So what you'll need to get started will be 2 contrasting colors of yarn. I am not sponsored by any yarn companies, so any yarn that I show is just because I had it in my stash. I'm just going to be using the Mainstays acrylic in a blue, and this is Red Heart Super Saver in a white. You can use any kind of yarn or hook size that you would like. I'm going to use an eye hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter. But if you're going to use a chunkier weight yarn, you might want a bigger. And remember also that some of that will affect the gauge. So when you're sizing it, you might have to adjust how many stitches you use based on what hook you use and what type of yarn you use. When trying to figure out the size for Lapgans, there are a lot of things that popped up, and there's a lot of opinions, but it's all within generally the same type of measurements. So when I looked up Lapgan sizes on Google, these were the 3 main ones that came up. So 30 inches by 40 inches, which is 76 centimeters by 102 centimeters, and so on. You can read this yourself. You don't need me to read it to you. So you'll have to base the number of chains that you start with depending on what size you're deciding to make it. The one that I made ended up being 36 inches by 48. I went with the larger size, and I chained 126 chains to start, and that gave me the 36, and then I just went until it was 48 inches long. So this pattern, you chain in multiples of 3. That's why I went with 126. But if you were going to make it smaller or larger, you'll have to adjust your number of chains based on what size you want, but it still needs to be a multiple of 3. For the sake of time on this video, I'm not going to show you on a full-size Lapgan how to do this pattern. I'm going to do a small swatch, and you can just continue the pattern with however many you decide to chain and start with. So I started with 9, and you do a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then double crochet in each chain across. So then, got a knot, I'll come back. Okay, I got the knot out, but then I also cut it because we're going to get the next color. For the next color. Chain 1, single crochet into the 1st stitch, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next stitch. So let me show you what I have. I have a single crochet in the 1st, I chain 2, skip 2, single crochet in the next, and I'm going to do that again. Chain 2, skip 2, and then go into the last stitch. You just continue that pattern all the way across. If you're going, when you're going longer, you will go single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2. You just continue that pattern until you get to the end of yours. Okay, so now I changed color back to the blue, turn, chain 2, double crochet into the single crochet, 2 double crochets in the chain space. Again, go into that chain space. And then double crochet into the single crochet. 2 double crochets into the chain space. Double crochet into the single crochet. At this point, the rows are just going to repeat. This is why the video is so short. I do have some ends that will need to be weaved in, and as you go along, if you don't weave in your ends as you go along at the end, you're going to end up with a lot of ends to weave in. But if you weave them in as you go, it would be a little bit more manageable. But this pattern continues, so the next row I would change to the white, and it would be single crochet into the first stitch, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2, and single crochet into that stitch. The next row would be the same as the row I just did. Double crochet into the single crochet, 2 double crochets into the chain space. Double crochet into the single crochet, 2 double crochets into the chain space, and so on until you get to the end of the row. This part is really the part that looks the best. I only made a really tiny swatch. I wanted to save you the time because I figure that this is something that you can pick up very quickly, and it's easy to make, and it looks nice, and you can pick some really nice colors to go with it to make it pop. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking and sharing this video. Have a great day. Bye.